My husband always wanted to fly a plane. So once, for Father's Day, my 2 daughters and I made an arrangement for lessons with a local teacher, flying teacher. And I told them, I says, now, I can always get a new husband, but you can't get a new father. And so they said, well, maybe we better not give him those lessons. But we did, and he learned to fly, and he bought his own plane. And in fact, we had 2 of them. And the last one he had was, well, it was the equivalent of a twin-engine plane, but it had a single engine put out by Cessna. It's their largest single-engine plane. I even remember the numbers, November 6211 Bravo. And it could go as say, 3,000 miles at a shot, and without having to stop for gas. But then people can't go that long, so we would fly just so far, like from California to Phoenix, for instance, and have lunch and get oxygen in the plane, and then fly on to maybe St. Louis and spend the night, and then the next day stop at Lexington maybe for lunch, and then that night we'd be in Princeton to visit our daughter. So it was always great traveling across country in that plane. We had property in Arkansas, and we would fly there occasionally to check on it. And that was always very interesting landing there, because the first time we tried it, the landing strip was between a lake and a mountain, and the windsock was all worn out, so we couldn't tell which way the wind was blowing, except by looking at the waves on the lake. So that was entertaining, trying to land in that little dangerous spot, but Arkansas is interesting that way. But some of the most enjoyable times were spent flying down into Mexico. We would take my daughters and maybe a sister and a husband or something, and go down to Guaymas or Puerto Vallarta and enjoy the Mexican food and the beach activities. The food is just wonderful down there when you get away from the border. And my daughter and I still laugh to this day about their quaint way of labeling things on their menus. We saw on one sweet potatoes, and we thought, oh, great, that's those candied yams, those wonderful sweet potatoes that we have. Turned out to be Irish potatoes that they had peeled and put sugar on, so that was sweet potatoes to them. And, of course, the girls enjoyed parasailing and disco and one thing and another, but it was a lot of fun. And, of course, sometimes it could be quite harrowing. I know on one trip back we came into a storm at San Bernardino, and somehow we got caught up in snow, and that was before my husband got his instrument license. So we were trapped, and we didn't know how to get out of there because we had the mountains between us and home. And we had to call on Edwards Air Force Base to get us over the mountains. They could see us on their radar and could track us to see that we got over the mountains all right. So little things like that made it entertaining. I know once the landing gear light came on saying that it wasn't working, and so I had to pilot the plane while my husband pumped this little pump that would put the wheels down. And that way you don't know if the wheels are down, really, because you can't see under there. And we were coming home, and it was a Sunday night, and no one was at the airport, so we couldn't fly by the tower to let someone see if the wheels were down. So you really had to kind of chance it to land. So we didn't know if we were going to land on wheels or the bottom of the airplane. So there were interesting moments like that. How did my husband put it? You spend thousands and thousands of hours with just boring, ordinary flying, punctuated by moments of sheer terror. But we always made it. Sometimes I thought we weren't going to, but it was fun.